The story so far. One day he will be known as Optimus Prime, but millions of years ago, during the early days of the conflict between Autobots and Decepticons, he was a peacekeeper named Orion Pax, and he's about to get a taste of what the future holds for him. 4 million years ago, 10,000 feet above Cybertron.
No doubt about it. We should have definitely gone with Plan B.
Autobot headquarters. Earlier.
May I present the all-new, all-improved, almost invincible Orion Pax. A new body for a new era. Come on then, big guy. First impressions?
What happened to my lucky faceplate?
I took it off. It's over there. It's just a plate now.
I liked it. It moved when I spoke.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just mouths are very in at the moment. I'm thinking of getting one myself.
I'm joking, Wheeljack. You've done a first-class job. I can't wait to test it in the field.
Just make sure you break it in slowly. And go gently on your transformation cog. It's having to coordinate an entirely new set of limbs. Tell him, Kaput.
Wheeljack's right. Until you're at ease with yourself physically, I'd recommend incremental reconfiguration. One component at a time. If you're changing shape and your body resists, don't force it. It probably isn't meant to bend that way, and don't forget that. Sorry. What was your name again?
Rung.
Don't forget that Rung here can provide counseling if you need help adjusting to the loss of your old body.
At least take a look at these data pads. Please, they're free. Well, actually they're not, but I've said it now, so I suppose...
It's okay. I'm not a fan of self-help literature. Besides, I feel a bit of a fraud. I intend going back to my original body once this is all over.
Typical. I go to all the trouble of arranging an emergency refit, and you're already pining for Pax Mark 1. Never turn down an upgrade, Pax. Bigger, better, faster, stronger. That's what matters.
Zeta, good to see you.
Just Zeta?
Zeta Prime. Sorry, still getting used to it.
You and the rest of the world. I know the new Senate has a lot to prove, but we'll get there. Right now, I just need you to follow me and...
I'll always follow you. You know that.
I meant follow me next door. Nightbeat has a presentation to make.
Okay, so the Decepticons are holding Ratchet here. I say here, but you're looking at a region of Cybertron that's hundreds of miles wide. The Rust Spot, the most dangerous, treacherous, hazardous stretch of land on the planet. Did I say hazardous?
Hazardous was there, yes.
If you had to describe the Rust Spot in one word, that word would be avoid. If it isn't being pulverized by nuke winds, it's sinking under the toxic sludge swamps. And the corrosive mists make visibility poor and play havoc with Navi systems. Net result, no one flies in or out.
The Rust Spot is fundamentally unmappable, but we think that somewhere underneath is a network of tunnels, the perfect hiding place for a Decepticon terror cell. Your new body packs will enable you to better negotiate the terrain.
So we're sticking with Plan A. I escort a Decepticon prisoner across the Rust Spot, rendezvous with the enemy, and make the swap.
An old-fashioned hostage exchange, yes. Whatever it takes to get our chief medical officer back.
When do I leave?
You won't be doing it alone. As well as Nightbeat here, a superlative hostage negotiator, you'll be accompanied by Cybertron's foremost philosopher, polymath, and public intellectual, not to mention the world expert in Rust Spot navigation.
Alpha Trion, Your Eminence, it's a pleasure to meet you.
As Dominus Ambus wrote in the Aesthetic Cybertronian, pleasure is a distraction from the pursuit of truth.
Right.
An interesting design. Prior to its recent appropriation as the Autobot sigil, this was the closest our race had to a universal symbol. From the High Priestess of Kithkinsir to various ignition cults, every circuit sect held the first face in high regard. It would reappear whenever our race was on the brink of profound global unrest, each subtle variation serving to mark the transition from one epoch to the next.
And now it's on a trailer. The end. Now, can we please get going?
Is the prisoner inside?
Yes. And may I remind both of you that, as per Protocol 4, we are not here to engage with him, whoever he is. See? Not even I know.
Which begs the question. How can we be certain that someone is in there?
What?
Surely I can't be the only one here who's heard of Omega's conundrum. When something ceases to be observed, how can we be sure it continues to exist? A closed box is unknowable. You have to open it.
This is gonna be a long journey.
113 clicks into the rust spot.
We're almost there. The test crate is up ahead. There's a ledge below the eastern rim that will provide some cover until the Decepticons arrive.
I'm curious. How do you know so much about the rust spot?
Have you ever heard of Metroplex?
Heard the legends, yes. They say he left the planet eons ago. If he was ever real.
Metroplex was real. He and I explored the planet together, every scrap of its surface. I am as familiar with the topography of Cybertron as I am with the 15 percepts of late-period functionalist theory. Which is to say, very.
See, you're a big picture guy. For me, it's all about the details. Look closely at something and it'll make more sense. If it doesn't, look closer. Ah!
We're under attack. Positions, everyone!
Be on your guard. This is Slicer territory.
Oh, where was Be on Your Guard 2 minutes ago?
Sometimes foresight can be a burden.
Okay, so what do? The slicers are throwbacks. They exist to cut and to kill. We can't even see them.
If we map the disturbances in the mist and make allowances for wind direction and motion lag, we could determine their approximate position and neutralize them one by one.
Excellent. Or we could just go... and hope for the best.
There's too many of them!
They tend to hunt in packs of 20 or 30, much like the Diaclona tribe who...
Alright, we get it! You know stuff!
Protect the trailer. Without the prisoner, we can't save Ratchet.
You know, for a public intellectual, you're pretty handy with your fists.
I've been involved in some very heated debates.
That's right, off you go! Back into the mists! You okay, Pax?
See? Faceplate would have stopped that.
Pax? Well, the trailer took a few hits and...
It's empty. Omega's conundrum in action.
No! He'll be miles away by now.
Help! I'm over here.
Or not.
Found him.
That's funny. So have I. Rack and Ruin. Ruin's the ugly one.
They're Spark Brothers. Twins.
Triplets, actually. The third one was destroyed years ago.
Oh? What was his name?
That... I can't remember. They were behind the explosion at Gethsemane.
The spaceport. That was pretty minor. A felony, sure, but no fatalities. I thought I was carrying someone high profile like Killmaster.
Killmaster? Oh yeah, the wand. I know what you mean, though. These two non-entities in exchange for our chief medical officer? It seems a trifle... one-sided. Maybe Zeta haggled. He strikes me as a pretty persuasive guy.
I'm going to talk to them.
Pax, don't. They're just criminals. They're not worth it.
Everyone's worth something to someone. But first, never liked these sensory deprivation helmets. There. Now I can see who I'm talking to. Congratulations on not running.
You kidding? Where would we run?
What's the deal here? Megatron's prepared to hand over the Autobots' chief medical officer in exchange for you. That makes you very special.
We're not special. We're just...
Grunts. We're just grunts.
grunts who got captured.
We're not special.
You're not combiners, are you? I've heard Megatron's newest favorite is obsessed with Gestalt technology.
We're not combiners. Can you imagine combining with him?
It's bad enough being locked up in a trailer together.
We don't even have alt modes.
Our transformation cogs stopped working.
We pushed him too hard.
Pax still chatting?
It appears so.
Waste of time.
Sometimes time wasted is time well spent.
See, if that's supposed to be profound, it's just, you know what? I don't care.
Instantaneous conversion? Can't say I've ever tried it.
You should. One mode to another before you can say roll out.
It's all in the spin of the transformation cog. You close down all the safety valves, and bang! You're there.
I'm more interested in that.
The badge?
I want to understand what it means. There was a time when I thought I understood. In fact, I almost sympathized. No, that's dishonest. I did sympathize. I thought this world needed changing, just like Megatron. But now, with Zeta in charge, Zeta Prime, things are changing, aren't they? Slowly, I'll grant you. But if you look at that badge and feel at ease, if you feel proud even, then okay, I guess you and I just see the world differently. But if you look at it and think, just for a second, how did this happen? Then stop, tear it off, walk away.
Don't hand us over.
Please! He'll kill us! Megatron!
We messed up. We got captured. Please.
Wait. Shh. Listen. Get in the back of the trailer. They're coming. Thundercracker, I presume.
Hand over your weapons and follow me. We're going to meet the boss. We're going to meet Bludgeon.
Welcome to our bolt hole. Forgive the oil on the walls. You're not the first Autobots we've entertained.
Ratchet, if you've heard him.
I've hurt him in ways that only a doctor would understand. But I haven't killed him. At least he's learned a valuable lesson. Never leave the DMF without your bodyguards. I see you've brought us what we wanted. Thundercracker, the noose!
What are you doing?
Collecting our prize. Don't worry, we still intend on dispatching Run and Jump or whatever they're called. So it's not been a wasted journey. But it's Alpha Trion we really want.
That's why you chose the rust spot as a rendezvous. You knew he was the only one who could lead us here.
And now he can lead us to Metroplex. I shouldn't tell you this, but the best secrets are those too good to keep. You see, Megatron believes Metroplex is real, and that inside him is a pinprick of transdimensional space. We can use it to create a space bridge and traverse the galaxy on foot. Just imagine how far the Decepticon influence would spread if every planet was within marching distance.
This is madness. I demand to see Megatron.
He's busy, but I'll tell him you dropped by. He talks about you sometimes, when he's tired.
What does he say?
Best not to ask. It would make both of us feel uncomfortable.
Go, all of you. Leave me behind.
I appreciate the gesture, but I don't think any of us get to walk away from this.
Actually, I'm under instructions to let you go. We'll take Trion and the twins. You take the good doctor and run.
Are you familiar with Omega's conundrum, Bludgeon?
Omega's conundrum? You don't know whether something is empty or full until you've opened it. Or words to that effect. Why?
Because sometimes something can be both empty and full. I may not be as smart as Alpha Trion, but I can say bring it on in 4,000 languages.
A typical Cybertronian has 99 points of articulation. Never leave that one unprotected.
Hey, Pax! As someone who joined the party late, nice lips by the way, I'm interested to know if this is all part of the plan.
Plan A? Actually, we parted company with Plan A some time ago. This is pure improvisation.
Orion, over here!
We know these tunnels. We can lead you to safety.
Follow them. Autobots, I'll cover your exit.
I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking it too. But we both know we won't be able to change his mind. Once he's decided to save everyone's lives, that's the end of it.
When you've subdued him, bring him to me. I have plans.
One word. Why?
Variety. Anyone can shoot an Autobot, but this Orion Pax chained to a plummeting shuttle. This is new. Imagination Pax. It's what sets us apart from the Turbo Foxes. The shuttle is programmed to fly clear of the rust spot and crash into the nearest settlement.
Which is?
Peptex, Iacon. Doesn't matter. Not relevant. So long as it's densely populated.
You're going to kill civilians with this stunt, Bludgeon. I thought we were supposed to be fighting on their behalf.
Every civilian is a Decepticon at heart. Those that die today are martyrs. I envy them.
You'll go far in this brave new world, Bludgeon. The way you think, the way you present yourself as a connoisseur of pain, you'll climb very high.
You're trying to stall me, but go on.
You'll rise up the Decepticon ranks by virtue of your disregard for others, until you'll stand shoulder to shoulder with Megatron. And then...
And then
you'll overreach yourself, and you'll fall further than you climbed, and your name will be synonymous with failure, and arrogance, and misplaced ambition.
Is that so? Well, whatever happens, you won't be around to see it.
Gloating Bludgeon brought me enough time to come up with nothing. I just hope the others are better at escaping than I am. Still, if my calculations are correct, this shuttle's trajectory is such that it will overshoot every nearby settlement. I'm still going to die, true, but at least I won't be taking anyone with me. Maybe I don't need my faceplate to bring me luck after all. What the? Something is moving ahead. Another shuttle. Me and my big visible mouth. The collision has knocked me off course. In 5 minutes' time, I'll be directly over Iacon. No doubt about it. We should definitely have gone with Plan B. The chains refuse to budge, even though I'm trying as hard as I can to break them. Wait, as hard as I can. Maybe, but not as fast as I can. What did Rack and Ruin call it? Instantaneous conversion? If I ignore Kaput's advice and spin my transformation cog fast enough, maybe I can... Now all I need to do is disable the autopilot, find a wide open space, and set her down gently. Wheeljack's gonna kill me when he sees what I've done to his body. And it's a good body, too. Almost perfect. Almost.